Coming up on Global Business, stimulating domestic growth, China's top economic planner said on Tuesday that would expedite the establishment of unified national market. Trade matters. The Eurasian Economic Union and Iran have concluded a comprehensive free trade agreement aimed at facilitating liberalization and enhancing trade in goods among the member nations. Winter delight. China's tourism industry set to embrace the winter sports economic boom. Hello and welcome to this edition of Global Business on CGTN. I'm Guan Xing in Beijing. Accelerating the building of a unified national market has assisted in reducing transaction costs, boosting demand and consolidating economic recovery in China. And that's a key message from China's National Development and Reform Commission and other relevant ministries during a press conference on Tuesday. The NDRC said the government has made efforts to end local protectionism and unify a fragmented market. The administration, who collected more than 1,100 issues hindering the construction of a unified national market, said they have corrected over 90% of the concerns. Officials said economic data shows the market environment and business operations are improving.
Overall, accelerating the building of a unified national market has played a positive role in smoothing domestic circulation, stimulating market vitality, reducing transaction costs, releasing domestic demand potential, and consolidating the foundation for economic recovery.
The Guangzhou Bayun Railway Station has opened to the public. It's one of the key transport projects in the Guangdong, Hong Kong, Macau, Greater Bay Area. And Cao Chufeng has more.
It's more than just a railway station, covering a construction area of over 450,000 square meters. The Guangzhou Bayun Railway Station is designed as a multifunctional complex. The integrated facilities are still under construction, including hotels, offices, shopping, and residential buildings. And the complex is being developed on a large area of artificial land that's part of Bayun Station.
The surrounding facilities are constructed on the existing station canopy structure rather than acquiring new land around the station building. It is a land-intensive project.
Bayun Station is designed to shorten connection times for passengers. After disembarking intercity public transport, it should take them no longer than 2 minutes to walk to the station.
Guangzhou Bayun Station serves high-speed trains, intra-city transportation, and regular speed trains, making it a comprehensive transportation hub. Passengers can choose to take high-speed trains to get here and transfer to intra-city transport, or they can take regular speed trains to get here and transfer to high-speed trains.
The construction team also says attention is also being paid to the details of the building to give passengers a more comfortable experience.
The roof is decorated with key park petals, which is the city flower of Guangzhou. We also created a light valley with windows to better refract sunlight into the waiting hall, enhancing natural lighting. This results in an annual electricity saving of 1.47 million kilowatt hours.
China's government plans to build more projects that integrate transport hubs with commercial and residential facilities. And Bayun Station is seen as setting a good model for other developments. Besides me is the first train ever that will pass through Bayun Station. It will start from Guangzhou and stops at Shantou. As the train starts, it will mark the beginning of operation of Bayun Station. And it's time for me to get on board. Cao Chufeng, CGTN, Guangzhou.
China has called on the United States to halt its defamatory actions against the country and to withdraw the illegal unilateral sanctions imposed on Chinese officials and enterprises. In response to the latest Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region related sanctions by Washington, China has imposed sanctions on U.S. risk intelligence firm Caron and 2 researchers. And this move follows the United States' inclusion of 2 Chinese officials and 3 companies on its own sanctions list. China has announced announced the sanctions against Edmund Xu, a research director at Caron, and Nico Morgaret, a human rights analyst in Washington. And these individuals will be prohibited from entering China, and the assets of all three entities in the country will be frozen.
美方再次炮制散布涉疆虚假叙事。
The U.S. is spreading false information about Xinjiang, using it as an excuse to slap illegal sanctions on Chinese officials and businesses. This seriously messes with China's internal affairs, breaks international rules, and damages China's image. We strongly oppose and condemn this move.
In recent years, Houtang Prefecture in China's Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region has invested in industrial parks to boost economic development and grow local industries. Goming reports.
Attractive investment conditions brought this textile company from Wenzhou in East China to Xinjiang southwestern Hotan Prefecture in 2018. It makes a variety of stylish socks. In a semi-automated production workshop, local workers skillfully operate the equipment. Mira Bula is 21 years old. He joined the company after graduating from vocational school in 2019.
When I just graduated, I didn't have many skills and didn't know what I wanted to do. After coming here and getting trained, I started as a regular worker for about 5 or 6 months. Then, because I did well, I got promoted to a workshop management position. My salary increased. I bought a car and I also got married this August.
There are many young people like Mira Bula here. The company manager says the factory has over 3,000 semi-automated machines and can make up to 500,000 pairs of socks daily. He says there are plans to expand manufacturing and hire more workers.
总的就业人数是1700人。
The total workforce in the company is 1,700 people. We'll be gradually hiring an additional 300 to 500 individuals in batches, aiming to recruit 100 to 150 people per month. This year, we plan to retain 80% of the students who interned here after graduating from school.
The local government has increased the support for indigenous minority businesses. One such company specializes in making Uyghur atlas silk. Originally a local handicrafted workshop, it expanded in 2010 with funding from Beijing, transforming into a site that integrates business and tourism. That allows visitors to get a close look at the silk making process, which is registered in China as a form of intangible cultural heritage. The company also provides training and employment opportunities for local residents.
Working here has provided me with a steady income, and my family's financial situation has improved. I've also enhanced my skills, now able to weave various patterns.
Today, Atlas silk manufacturing is a cornerstone industry in the region. To boost output and enhance economic benefits, the company has retained traditional handcrafted silk dyeing and pattern design while introducing weaving machines for increased efficiency.
The inclusion of traditional manufacturing techniques and modernized technologies has helped boost local production efficiency, fostered economic growth, in turn facilitating employment opportunities for young people and improving the living standards of local residents. Gongming, CGTN, Hotan.
And now we're heading for a short break. Still to come on the program. The Eurasian Economic Union and Iran have concluded a comprehensive free trade agreement aimed at facilitating liberalization and enhancing trade in goods among the member nations.
The world economy as we know it is about to change. Global business reports highlight emerging markets, developing countries, and dynamic sectors worldwide. We feature top analysts and newsmakers to provide perspectives on every facet of business. From an on-the-ground perspective, we provide you with balanced and objective assessments. Fast, sharp, and insightful. Global Business. Only on CGTN.
At the Supreme Eurasian Economic Council meeting, the Eurasian Economic Union and Iran finalized the Comprehensive Free Trade Agreement. Established in 2015, the union includes Russia, Kazakhstan, Belarus, Kyrgyzstan, and Armenia, all key partners of the Belt and Road Initiative. The primary aim of the agreement is to promote liberalization and ease of trade in goods among the participating nations by reducing or removing customs, duties, tariffs, and non-tariff barriers. It is anticipated that the trade volume will reach between 18 billion and 20 billion US dollars annually. Nigerians are no longer spending as much as they used to during Christmas, which is one of the biggest holidays in the country. The cutbacks have adversely affected the beauty and fashion industry, which used to record high revenue during the festive season. Experts are worried that this trend could further impact the already struggling Nigerian economy. And CGTN's Kalachi Imblakalam has more.
In the heart of Abuja City, Nigeria's capital, Mercy Michael owns a popular hair salon. She's grappling with an unexpected downturn in business. Her salon used to thrive during the festive season, but business has been poor this Christmas as customers tighten their wallets.
The economy is affecting the business because, like then, before you know it, customer will be so full and you don't even have time to go home. But now we even close around 6, 7 based on no customers.
Rising inflation has forced many people across Nigeria to slash their spending. As a result, the fashion and beauty sector has been hit hard.
It's triple the price of making it now. I went to the market and the attachment we usually buy for like 1,000 naira. It's now like 3,000 naira, 4,000 naira. So this year I'll just be sticking with my wig. And also there is life after Christmas.
Experts have warned that the reduced spending being seen could affect the country's economy.
People are actually curtailing their expenditure, and this is going to affect the economy negatively going into the first quarter of next year. So let's say maybe by the time the economy will be picking up, it will be around the second quarter.
Analysts say Nigeria's economic challenges have been made worse by the conflict in Ukraine, the removal of a fuel subsidy by the Nigerian government, and other public policy changes. They've advised people to budget properly so that they can survive the current economic difficulties. Kelechi Emekalam, CGTN Abuja, Nigeria.
1 week has passed since the Egyptian Elections Authority announced President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi's sweeping victory. The president has been engaged in extensive consultations with his economic cabinet to conclude preparations for the national budget and chart a course for economic recovery. Egypt's economy has been grappling with the devaluation of the Egyptian pound by 2/3 and escalating foreign debt. Additionally, regional conflicts surrounding the North American nation are adding complexity to the path toward reforms. Our Adel Maruki has more details from Cairo.
Just a few days after President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi won his third term, Egypt announced that talks to end a standoff with Ethiopia over the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam had failed. Cairo says that threatens its water security. There are also other national security concerns that Egypt has, including deadly conflicts in neighboring Gaza and Sudan, as well as the failure to find a political solution to the divisions in Libya.
The Egyptian president engaged in trying to resolve many strategic conflicts on Egypt's western border, the southern and the northeast one. Political stability in Egypt, however, will reflect on the region and neighboring countries. We also want to get rid of the crushing economic crisis which led to price hikes. The COVID pandemic, the Russian-Ukrainian crisis are some of the reasons. This issue concerns many and is causing Egyptians to struggle.
Monthly inflation rates reach a record 40% in September year-on-year and have been going up for years. They started to ease up in the following 2 months, but they're still pressing most Egyptians.
I only hope that prices ease up a bit. Since prices went up, I haven't been getting as much work as before. I would get a 3-day job, then stay a week, 10 days, and sometimes a whole month without work. A gypsum board used to cost £60. Today, it's 200. Customers who used to cover their whole apartments are now limiting it to only part of their houses, so it's much less work now.
I want the president to increase pensions. We live on pension because work and income are not covering my needs. Increasing pensions will be kind to the poor. The president does do a lot for us, but more pensions will help more. Controlling prices or increasing rations is what we need.
Many Egyptians would also wish to see President El-Sisi further expand his comprehensive health insurance program.
I think they need to focus on health insurance, develop hospitals and create jobs. This will make it up for what people have been going through lately. Getting insurance cover is very important because people can't afford to buy medicine and need better hospital services. I am only managing because of the many kind people who help me out.
From domestic, economic and government services challenges to regional conflicts threatening the stability of Egypt, President El-Sisi begins his new term with a full plate of challenges. He asks Egyptians to bear the consequences of the economic restructuring he's been leading since 2014. Many now hope that relief will come in his third term. Adel Mahroui, CGTN, Cairo.
Moving on to some other headlines we're tracking at this hour. AstraZeneca, the Anglo-Swedish multinational pharmaceutical company, has announced plans to acquire Shanghai-based Gracell for up to $1.2 billion. This move aligns with AstraZeneca's cell therapy goals and enhances its footprint in China, the second largest pharmaceutical market globally. Israel approved a $3.2 billion grant for Intel's new $25 billion chip plant, and this decision comes at a time of heightened tensions with Hamas and represents a significant display of support by a major U.S. company and a generous offer by the Israeli government. And Germany's Hapag-Lloyd is set to make a decision on Wednesday regarding the potential resumption of Red Sea journey. According to a spokesperson, Maersk, another leading shipping firm, is poised to return to the region as a U.S.-led operation enhances safety against attacks. The halt in Red Sea transit by major global shipping companies had notably impacted global trade via the Suez Canal. And now we're heading for another short break, still to come on the program. China's tourism industry is set to embrace the winter sports economic boom.
.360-degree profiles of industry movers and shakers, tech mavericks, and policymakers. We drill down on their success. We ask how they set strategy and how they navigate in an increasingly competitive market. Real talk, real business. Join the conversation. Biz Talk, only on CGTN.
North China's Inner Mongolia Autonomous Region is preparing for the 14th National Winter Games in February, with the government distributing 100,000 yuan vouchers to generate enthusiasm for ice and snow activities. Since early November, nearly 4 million tourists have visited the city, contributing to almost 6 billion yuan in domestic tourism revenue.
The 14th National Winter Games has brought together all resources related to ice and snow, delivering a substantial uplift to the city tourism industry.
The demand for snow and ice sports equipment is growing as temperatures drop. According to Dewu.com, sales of ski equipment have increased more than 14 times compared to last month, with sales of ski clothing and snowboards rising by 120% and 130% month-on-month, respectively. Additionally, data from VIPshop.com indicates a 57% year-on-year increase in sales of snow boots since the 11th of this month. Analysts attribute this surge in the market to the increasing popularity of ice and snow sports and tourism in China. Furthermore, the Chinese government is intensifying its support for the winter sports industry by focusing on technological innovation and brand building. And now for more discussions on the winter sports economy, let's bring in Liu Chun, an associate professor at the School of Tourism Sciences of Beijing International Studies University. Thank you for joining us, Professor Liu. So how does China's economic recovery contribute to the revival of the tourism industry?
Well, as we all know, leisure time and money are one of the preconditions for travel. In other words, without enough money, a trip on demand is more of an ideal state. The better the China's economy recovers, the more money Chinese people have. With more money and leisure time, they are more willing to travel. In this respect, the economic recovery plays an important role in the recovery of tourism.
And Professor Liu, what positive effects does the growth of the tourism industry have on the overall economy?
Well, tourism is moving from the market recovery to high-quality development, contributes a lot to the overall economy. More and more residents are stepping out of their homes to pursue the beauty of daily life in the form of travel. Again, we have seen a sea of faces on the scenic spot, especially during the holidays. And we all know that aside from visiting the attractions, we usually pay for the transportations, check into the hotel, taste the delicious food, and buy souvenirs. Therefore, the increasing of tourism consumption has definitely is an important factor in driving the overall economic growth.
Well, how can investors effectively identify and take advantage of investment opportunities in ice and snow tourism industries?
Okay, well, the investors should devote more energy to studying the changes in tourism demand and consumption patterns. Aside from learning from the reports, the investors can pay attention to observing the daily life and look for the investment opportunities. For instance, during the Beijing Olympic Winter Games, we found that many parents want their children learn from the Gu Ailin and Su Yiming and want to take their children skiing. So in this regard, the investors should learn that the ice and snow education for the children is potential. Similarly, we found that old people, for example, our parents, worry about their health and try to find a result to prevent and treat diseases in cold winter. Investors therefore may pay attention to provide the hot springs tourism product, medical recreation travel products, and even smart healthy care tourism products for the elderly in cold winter.
And what roles and responsibilities should local governments and enterprises assume in promoting tourism, and how can they coordinate their efforts to achieve sustainable development of tourism industry?
The interior tourism market has entered the fast track of recovery and development, and we see that the government and firms need to work together to ensure the long-term healthy development of the industry. First, the local government should implement relevant national policies, improve the public tourism services, strengthen the construction and management of infrastructure, regulate the tourism market, and boost confidence in tourism investment and consumption, as well as also introduce more measures to benefit the consumers and firms, so as to promote the tourism development. Second, the firms need to make good use of the supporting policies from the government, design innovative travel products, cultivate new types of consumption, and improve service quality to satisfy consumers' needs. The government and the firms should jointly realize the sustainable development of the tourism industry.
Well, thank you so much for your time today. We appreciate your insights. I was Liu Chun, Associate Professor at School of Tourism Sciences of Beijing International Studies University. In southern China, indoor ski slopes are giving consumers more choices and also attracting coaches from the northeastern part of the country. Wu Bing reports.
28-year-old Liu Zhiyuan is from northeastern China's Harbin, a city famous for its long winters and colorful ice festival. Back home, he's an experienced ski instructor And last month, he came to Taicang, a city next to Shanghai, where snow is not so common. What attracted him was people's enthusiasm for snow sports.
After coming here, I realized that people here in the south love skiing more than in the north. They're extraordinarily passionate about it. You see these people on the slopes, they will come skiing whenever they have time.
The ski slope Liu works at just opened last month, and it's become the largest indoor slope in the Yangtze River Delta region. It has attracted many ski lovers from neighboring cities, mostly Shanghai.
我是从上海过来的。
哦，从上海，也是上海。对，这边因为离上海比较近。
It's not difficult to understand. It takes just an hour from Shanghai to the resort. People can even go skiing after work on a Friday. They can get trained by experienced instructor from the northeast like Liu without having to travel all the way there.
After rounds of training with Coach Liu, I think I'm ready to do it myself without any help. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my maiden voyage on the snow. Let's go!
Not perfect, but for my first try, not too bad either. According to Liu, many of the tourists coming here are first-time skiers, just like me. That's creating opportunities for ski instructors. This resort alone has over 100 instructors, many from northeastern China. And they are often fully booked for the day, especially during weekends. According to the executive president of the resort, the popularity of winter sports in southern China has continued to grow after the Beijing Winter Olympics.
We believe that in the future, snow and ice sports will become more and more popular in the lives of ordinary people. And at the same time, the entire snow and ice industry chain will also be extended locally with the resort.
According to a report by the China Tourism Academy in January this year, it's expected that the number of snow sports tourists in China will reach 500 million by 2024. Wubin, CGTN, Jiangsu Province.
The Ili Kazakh Autonomous Prefecture in the Xinjiang Uyghur Autonomous Region has evolved from being exclusively a summer tourist destination to emerging as a center for mountain skiing and other winter activities thanks to recent efforts by local authorities. Before we go, we leave you with breathtaking winter vistas from Ili. I'm Guanxin in Beijing. Thank you for tuning in.
This is CGTN, China Global Television Network.